The U.S. faces Sweden this weekend in a win-or-go-home situation at the Women's World Cup. President Biden's asylum rules will stay in place. And in Washington, D.C. yesterday,
Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up!
Donald Trump arrived for an arraignment hearing for his latest charges. That's some of what we'll get to on the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Jeff Pierre. It's Friday, August 4th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. Number 1, Donald Trump pleaded not guilty to charges that he conspired to overturn the 2020 election. The former president entered the plea in a federal courtroom in D.C. yesterday. He was released on the condition that he not commit any more crimes or speak to any witnesses about the case. After his court appearance, he briefly spoke to reporters.
This is a very sad day for America.
And Trump quickly turned the focus to the 2024 election.
This is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America.
The first hearing in this case is scheduled for August 28th, but he doesn't have to appear in person. Trump, who is running for president again, faces a total of 78 charges across 3 criminal cases. You can check out the breakdown of all the charges on our website. Number 2, President Biden's asylum rules will stay in place for now. Last month, a judge ruled that the Biden administration's temporary restrictions on migrants seeking asylum were unlawful. But yesterday, a federal appeals court froze that ruling, so Biden's policy can stay in effect. The policy penalizes migrants who cross the border illegally and rewards those who make official appointments to seek asylum. Number 3, 2 U.S. Navy sailors were arrested and accused of passing secrets to China. They allegedly gave sensitive national defense information and military secrets to Chinese agents in exchange for money. This is according to the Justice Department. Matt Olson, the Assistant Attorney General for National Security of the Department of Justice, spoke about the charges yesterday.
Make no mistake, as a department, we will continue to use every tool in our arsenal to counter the threat and to deter China and those who aid them in violating the rule of law and threaten our national security.
These charges come months after an alleged Chinese spy balloon was detected flying over the U.S. You might remember that this caused a diplomatic impasse between the two countries, and tensions remain high. Number 4, 6 former Mississippi officers pleaded guilty to the torture of 2 black men. The officers, who were white, allegedly entered a home without a warrant in January and handcuffed, punched, and tasered the men. Darren LaMarca, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Mississippi, spoke about the case at a press conference yesterday.
These men sexually abused their victims, repeatedly tased them, tortured them, all under the authority of the badge, which they disgraced.
The case sparked outrage over police brutality against black men. The officers are facing multiple counts of civil rights violations, and they'll also face state charges. Number 5, Florida has effectively banned AP Psychology in high schools. The course has been taught to Florida high schoolers for 3 decades, but the curriculum may not comply with Florida's new law, which prohibits the teaching of gender identity and sexual orientation. It's known among critics as the Don't Say Gay law. The state has told schools they can remove the topics and still teach the course, but the College Board, which runs the AP program, says schools can't call the class advanced placement if they're removed. Earlier this year, the new AP African American Studies course was also banned in Florida. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has spearheaded these new education rules as he runs for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination. Number 6, the U.S. faces Sweden at the Women's World Cup this weekend. The match will kick off on Sunday at 5 a.m. Eastern. The winner will advance to the quarterfinal round. The U.S. women, who have won the World Cup 4 times, didn't perform at their usual high level in the group stage, but players remain confident about making a deep tournament run. You can watch the match on Fox, Telemundo, and Universo. And at number 7, the strength of gravity varies around the world. You may think that a force as fundamental as gravity would be pretty consistent no matter where you find yourself on Earth, but gravity is dependent on mass, so places with more mass, like mountains, have a stronger gravitational pull, and deep ocean trenches have a weaker pull. Scientists are using global snapshots of Earth's gravity field to reveal changes in polar ice and water reservoirs. It's more information to help humans track and deal with climate change. The differences are too small for humans to feel, so no, you can't try this out at home. That's the show for this week. The assistant producer of The 7 is Taylor White. The staff writers are Jamie Ross and Hannah Jewell. John Taylor is our editor. Additional editing by Christina Quinn. Copy editing by Melissa No. Mixing and sound design is by Jim Briggs and Justin Garish. Our theme music is by Edith Mudge. The director of audio is Renita Jablonski. I'm Jeff Pierre. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend, and I will meet you back here on Monday.